On today's show, we have two Women of Wrestling wrestlers, superstars with us. First, from Detroit, Michigan, she is the protégé, managed by the fabulous one, Lana Star. Please welcome Penelope Pink.
Let's go ahead and get this started.
And the fabulous one, the sensational one, the self-proclaimed executive producer of the show, the woman who loves the red carpet treatment, the most sought-after actress in Hollywood, and the woman with the longest introduction on the Mike Grand show ever. Please welcome Lana Star.
Now that's how you do an introduction, David McLean, if you're watching. So I am so pleased to be back on the Lana Star and the Mike Rand show. I had to reschedule a lot of things, but I will always do that for the Mike Rand show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Mike Rand Show, and today's special guests are from Women of Wrestling. Please welcome the fabulous one, Lana Star, and her protege, Penelope Pink. Hey Lana and Penelope, how are you?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Thanks for having us.
Fabulous as always. What can we say?
So happy to have you two here. And guys, we have a great show for you scheduled. And Penelope, you are going to be in the Gauntlet match for the WOW World Championship this weekend as the wild card. Also on WOW Women of Wrestling this week, Randy Rara and Coach Campanelli, the tag team champions, are going to get a rematch against Lana's Miami Sweet Heat. Also, Candy Crush is going to get her revenge on Chainsaw with her sister, Angelica Dante, at ringside. So be sure to see that this weekend, guys. And also, I want to let you know that on Pluto TV, they're airing WOW Women of Wrestling this current season. So be sure to check that out on Pluto TV. And they've got two documentaries, which I'm really excited for. Road to WOW, The Secrets of the Superheroes. And then we have the origin of WOW Women of Wrestling. So we're going to see those documentaries as well. So that's going to be awesome. So be sure to check that out on Pluto TV. Now, Lana, you are the WOW original. You have been there from the beginning. So you've seen it all. So I want to ask you, what is it like to now be a part of the CBS family?
Oh, the CBS Paramount family is the biggest thing in Los Angeles, worldwide. And of course, being a member of this family with Penelope Pink and my fabulous four is the greatest thing that could have happened to professional wrestling, WOW Women of Wrestling, and to us. And from here, it's going to be movies and TV shows and everything for the Fab Four.
I'm so excited. And what it also is fabulous is that Lana brought her hat back this season. We got to see Lana's hat, which, if you can see here, can you see? We've got Lana Star t-shirt here with the fabulous Lana Star hat from back in the day. So guys, so excited about that. Now, Penelope, I want to know how you got started in wrestling and how you started with WOW.
Well, I've loved professional wrestling my entire life. It's honestly one of my earliest childhood recollections. And when I watched professional wrestling, I just thought I could do that, and I could do that really well. So I have been a professional wrestler for 6 years, and I was at a show and the most fabulous Lana Star just happened to be there and said, "Oh my gosh, who is that? I need to be associated with her." And I was just shocked and honored because Lana's one of the greatest managers of all time, and she picked me. And you know what? It was just history, and it was a perfect matching, and she brought me to WOW, and it I couldn't be any happier, to be honest with you. I'm so lucky.
Who are some of your inspirations and favorite wrestlers that you watched growing up that you aspired to be?
I don't know if I would inspire to be them because clearly nobody is me. But some of my favorites growing up would have to be Sting and Bill Goldberg because they just had the biggest hype around them and you believed that hype. And I could see that in myself despite our differences.
Now, Lana, what did you see in Penelope that made you want to take her under your wing?
That's a great question, Mike. As you know, from past seasons and episodes, I've had a lot of proteges and they never lived up to what they should have. You know why? Because I had my assistants go out and scout them. This time, I said, this is going to be the greatest season ever of WoW. I'm going to go out and do the scouting myself. So I looked all over the US and I saw Penelope and I was like, that girl has so much talent and she looks good doing it. This is going to be who is going to bring me back the WoW World Championship belt that I'm going to place over my mantle.
I'm blushing.
If you want to do something right, you have to do it yourself. So I'm done with, assistants that can't do it.
Now, Penelope, what is it that you learned most from working with Lana?
Gosh, she taught me everything, how to negotiate, how to command a room, who to talk to and who definitely not to talk to. And the best thing of all, the power of persuasion.
Now, you have a big match coming up this weekend, but before we talk about that, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the opponents that you've wrestled along the way, Penelope. So the first match that you had on WoW Women of Wrestling was Vivian Rivera. Can you tell me a little bit about what it was like wrestling her and getting out there that first time in front of a crowd for WoW?
Absolutely. That first match in WoW, I was so excited to show the world what I had to offer. And being in the ring with a luchador like Vivian Rivera definitely takes a different type of mental preparation because when you're in the ring with a luchador, you never know what kind of style, where they're going to come at you from. So you really have to have the correct mindset and be ready for truly anything. And I'll tell you what, she is one strong, tough lady. But at the end of the day, I came out with the victory, and I believe that I showed the WoW crowd that I was the real deal.
Yes, you did. And then the next match, you wrestled against Leia Makoa. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like working against her?
Well, that match was a little controversial because I believe that the ref made a mistake. I believe I did kick out at 3, but they counted it anyway. Lana definitely had some stern words for that referee at the end of that episode that everyone could see.
Yeah, we're probably trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, Lana, do you think like the refs are against you sometimes? Do you think maybe like David's paying them off or something like that is happening? Some fishy business behind the scenes to make your girls lose sometimes?
Absolutely. People are jealous. They are so jealous of the Fab Four and our lifestyles and everything. There's just a lot of hate and people should really appreciate.
Yes. And then the next match that you had, Penelope, now you started a winning streak, which most of your career on WoW has been a winning streak, except for that little, hiccup right there. But you did win against Sahara Spars. So tell us what it was like wrestling against her.
Absolutely. And WoW, we have some of the most diverse women in professional wrestling. And her coming from a military background, I'm not going to lie, was a very interesting match setup for me. But I just knew at the end of the day, whether she had submissions or strikes, that I just had to be a lot tougher. And at the end of the day, I was.
And then another person you wrestled was Foxy Fierce.
Yes, Foxy. Now she came in there with a bunch of dance moves, but at the end of the day, this is professional wrestling, and I just had to, twirl her right out of the ring and say maybe better luck next time.
Yep. Now, up until then, all those girls were kind of new to WoW this season. But then Lana, she faced Chantilly Chella, who has been with WoW for a little bit. What do you see as far as with Chantilly Chella, maybe some advice that you could have given Penelope back then about wrestling somebody that's a little bit more of a veteran?
Oh, Penelope doesn't need any advice from me. When it comes to her wrestling, it is top notch and she knows what she's doing. I just go out there during those matches for moral support. And sorry, my dog Shasta Star is having some words about you talking about Chantilly.
That's absolutely fine. Put Shasta on camera. Is she there? Let's see Shasta, because Shasta likes to make an appearance every now and then.
Well, you got to get in. Oh, there. Can you see? It's blurred out. Okay, now you got to lie down, honey.
Yep, she made her appearance for the show. Now, this past weekend, you did wrestle Princess Aussie, which had another controversial finish. So can you tell me a little bit about that, Penelope?
You know what? I just think at the end of the day, when it comes to Princess Aussie, she just, there's something about her. I don't know. It was something off. And it was luck. It was a fluke. You know what I mean? It was a fluke at the end of the day. And I'm going to show the WoW audience why never discount Penelope in a match, and that will never happen again.
And now the good thing is that the exciting news is that you get to go into this weekend as the wild card in the Gauntlet match. So you're back in the competition and in contention for the WoW, championship here. So Lana, how did you happen to pull that off?
Listen, Lana Star has a lot of money and a lot of lawyers. And if anybody's going to be a wild card, it's going to be one of my Fab Four. And who better than Penelope Pink?
Yep, and so that's going to be so exciting to watch. I'm rooting for you, Penelope. Unfortunately, another one of your Fab Four, Vicky, had to drop out. She wasn't able to be there this weekend. But, we are rooting for Penelope, and we're going to talk about your Fab Four in a minute. But I want to talk about LA Comic-Con, because that was an exciting event you guys attended. Can you tell me, Penelope, what it was like attending this? And was this your first Comic-Con, or have you been to others before?
So this was my first Comic-Con experience in Los Angeles while participating in wrestling. And it was absolutely fabulous in every sense of the word. We got to meet so many people that came up to talk to us about WoW and how they have been watching since the creation of WoW and seeing its projection and how it's growing. We met so many women, different ages, different generations, and they all talked about how great it is to see women having a platform and to be able to reach and, go into people's homes and show them what we're capable of doing. Just hearing people's feedback about our show was the most rewarding experience. And of course, them telling us how fabulous we are on top of it was a little bit more satisfactual.
Now, Lana, is there any common questions that the fans have for you when they meet you at these Comic-Cons?
So we all know that LA Comic-Con has over 100,000 attendees. So I get so many questions from little kids up to older people asking about WoW, and they want to know everything they can know. So it's so great when we can go on shows like yours where we can do a little bit more behind the scenes so they can learn a little more about us and everything that we're doing. So they just kind of want to know like our backstories and all sorts of things like that, and always how to get into WoW. There's so many people that are like, I would love to be a part of that. So, we're really good role models for, the people out there.
And now at LA Comic-Con too, you did get to see a couple of favorites of the Mike Rand shows that have been on here a couple times. From Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Hollywood and Lightning. They had a booth set up next to WoW. So how excited were you to see them again?
Oh yeah, I love Hollywood and Lightning. I've known them for a really long time. So it was really cool seeing them. And, they know David obviously from being on Glow, and they're just like part of our family too. And, if we were looking for some more Fab Four members, they would be, possibilities.
Now, Penelope, this is a big match for you. So how did you prepare for the Gauntlet match?
Well, I have to admit, I'm always prepared, to be honest with you. But being the wild card, I just knew I had to have something special up my sleeve. But I don't want to spoil anything now. I mean, these are my rituals. This is how I prepare all the time. I mean, if I just told everybody, then everybody would be at my caliber of professional wrestling. And now that's just not fair, is it?
Nope. Now, Lana, did you give her any advice going into this match? Because the one thing about the Gauntlet match is you don't know who's going to come in next, which kind of keeps you on your toes. It's sort of like almost like a battle royal, but only in a battle royal, you kind of know who's in there, but you don't know with a Gauntlet match, which also reminds me, we need a battle royal on WoW. Put that on your list, Lana, to tell David that Mike Rand wants a battle royal.
I just told her, keep calm and keep your cool. She's a very physical fighter, and she's very aggressive. So I just wanted to make sure she would be able to last through all of the, competitors. And she is amazing at doing that. So that's all I gave her.
And we know Lana is always full of surprises. And Lana, this season, you didn't disappoint, because you did have a couple surprises for us. Because not only did you bring Penelope Pink to WoW, now during a tag team championship match, you and Penelope sat ringside, and you sat there with David, Stephen, Dickie, and AJ. My first question is, what was it like having a female at the commentator table with AJ? You got to talk to her a little bit and commentate with her. So what was that like? Did you feel like maybe you had somebody on your side and it wasn't just you against David that whole time?
Yeah, definitely. It's really cool being there with AJ because she's legendary, and she's also a producer on the show. So it was just nice to, David and Steven, I don't know, they have a little thing about me. So it was really cool to have somebody that's more on our side, that understands where we're coming from and what we're trying to project into WoW. So it was great being with her. She's an awesome commentator.
And your surprise right then and there was you revealed that Miami Sweet Heat was joining your stable, that there were 3 of you right then and there. So how did you have this all planned out?
I had met them. I scouted them in Miami. I saw them on the beach, and I was like, those girls look really tough, and they just happen to be wrestlers. And I was like, they would make a great part of our faction. And the surprise that night on David McLean's face was priceless. And that was a good night. One of my favorite nights so far.
And then not only was it the Fab 3, it was the Fab 4, because you brought another person into the fold. You brought Vicky Lynn McCoy. So how did you manage to rope her into your stable?
So Lindsay from Miami Sweet Heat had actually been dating a wealthy oil tycoon who introduced her to Vicky in Oklahoma. And she's like, you got to meet this girl. She would be great. And I was like, Oklahoma, oh my gosh. So me and Penelope and Miami Sweet Heat packed up our stuff and went on a trip to Oklahoma, and we met her at her saloon. She owned a saloon there, or she still does, and a brawl broke out, and she actually threw the 2 guys out, and I was like, yeah, this girl will fit, we need her. So Vicky Lynn is now the enforcer.
Okay, awesome. And Penelope, you got to team up with Vicky Lynn for a couple matches as well. You guys faced 2 times Tiki tomorrow, once with Foxy Fierce and once with Leia Makoa. So what can you tell me about those matches?
Well, they're very hard-hitting matches, without a doubt. And we proved that when in doubt, there could be 2 tag teams in the Fab Four. We are going to come together, prove our strength, prove our team ability no matter what. And I think we teamed up phenomenally together. We have strength, we have speed, we have beauty, we have everything you could ever ask for. And we were able to take care of business both times. And the outcome will be the same if it will happen again.
And Penelope, how does the Fab Four get along together? Do you guys just have a lot of fun together? Is there anything you girls do together?
Oh my gosh, we do everything together, from shopping, getting our nails done. We've actually been invited to Lana's multiple houses, and it's just fun to have some girl time and hang out, get to know each other a little bit more. And it just all clicked together. It was absolutely wonderful. So whether we need to go get a tan and lay out by the pool together, or hit the gym and keep up, or just, watch tape on WoW and scout our next opponents, we're just going to do it all together because that's how the team works.
Now, I'm just going to assume that Lana has many mansions, They're just many mansions. Do you have a favorite room in the mansion, Lana? Is there something extraordinary in one of these mansions that you have?
Absolutely. My living room with my mantle, where I want to display all the belts, is like my favorite spot, and I can't wait. I have a beautiful picture of myself above it. It's fabulous.
Now, somebody else that you girls picked up along the way one night was the Mother Truckers, Big Rig Betty and Holly Swag, who gave you girls a ride to a WoW show. Now, I want to know, Lana, why were you not interested in having them in your stable?
Oh, you know what? The Mother Truckers, they are cute. The thing is, the one Mother Trucker kept like touching me and pushing my arm when I met her. And I was like, I don't like, nobody touches Lana unless I say you can touch Lana. And then they're also about those big trucks. And I just think they would be too hard of work to like get them into like, the Maseratis and the Bentleys, and they're just about that big truck life. So that's
and to keep them happy, you did give them a title shot against Miami Sweet Heat, which Miami Sweet Heat, of course, defeated them. But some people may have said you were kind of keeping Miami Sweet Heat away from defending their championships. What would you say to some of the doubters when it comes to that?
Keeping Miami Sweet, listen, we're all really busy people. Miami Sweet Heat, they have a lot of things to do. They have to go to the gym. They have a ton of tanning. They get their hair done. They're flying off to different places now because I've introduced them to a lot of people. So they lead very busy lives. It's very hard to lock down my people sometimes. So it had nothing to do with keeping them from, wrestling.
Now, there was a controversial finish where they did lose to Coach Campanelli and Randy Rah-Rah, and they are this weekend going to battle them for a rematch for those titles. Do you have faith that your girls will come out on top and regain those WoW Tag Team Championships?
I 100% have faith in them. They are so livid that happened. They have like guaranteed me that will never happen again. Yeah, that was ridiculous. I think I've had a lot of problems with, I have this one assistant, and I think somehow he's put some bad juju in the air, and this has all like kind of affected our recent matches. So I blame it all on my assistant, Timothy.
Yes, I don't think Timothy is going to last long, to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to work out. Now, Penelope, I want to know, who have you not wrestled in WoW that you would love to wrestle? And is there anyone that you see, if you win this weekend and become the WoW World Champion, is there anyone that you see as a threat?
You see, I think you need to rephrase your question there, because the right question is, who would want to wrestle me? Because I say it time and time again that I am the best damn thing that WoW has ever seen, for a reason. So at the end of the day, if there is an intimidation factor by the other girls about going up against me, that's on them. I'm there to do my job to the best of my ability and rub it in David McLean's face on top of that. And when it comes to this weekend, well, I not only am a wild card, I am just the best damn thing for a reason.
Yep, and we're going to be rooting you on this weekend. And now, Lana, as an interviewer, it's my job to get to the bottom of things. And it's been brought to my attention that you and I happen to share a love for a famous fast food place. Is there anything you'd like to reveal to the audience today?
That was supposed to be top secret. I cannot believe you found that. I will say, I do love McDonald's. And my favorite thing is the Shamrock Shake. And that's because, fun fact, I'm 3/4 Irish.
Yes, the Shamrock Shake is back. I love that. Another thing, the breakfast at McDonald's, amazing. I just recently, believe it or not, I never had the oatmeal at McDonald's for the longest time. I just recently started having that. Amazing as well. And that's actually healthy, guys. The oatmeal at McDonald's.
Maybe McDonald's is looking for some spokespeople, and we're available.
Yes, we are available for,
shameless plug.
And now, guys, it's time for the lightning round, where I'm going to ask you a couple questions and you tell me which one you prefer. So if Penelope can answer first, and then Lana for each question. Okay. Would you rather have chocolate milk or strawberry milk?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Would you rather watch the Night Court reboot or the Frasier reboot?
Frasier.
Frasier.
Would you rather talk to people or talk to animals?
Animals.
Animals.
Would you rather sing or dance?
Dance.
Dance.
Video game or board game?
Board game.
Board game.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl for sure.
Night owl.
Reality show or documentary?
Ooh, documentary.
Oh, it would depend. That's a toss up. I'll go with documentary because the WoW documentaries are coming out.
Would you rather call someone or text someone?
Text someone.
It depends who. I call people I really like and I text the others.
Would you rather have growth or security?
Security.
Security.
A concert or a sports game?
Sports game.
Concert. That's the only one we disagree.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
iPhone.
And would you rather see the new Super Mario Brothers movie or Scream 6?
Scream.
Scream.
Thank you two so much for joining us here today. Can you girls tell us what your social media is, starting with Penelope, so the fans can contact you?
So you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Penelope Pink Wow, and you better, because we're getting up to all sorts of fabulousness, and that's the best way for us to show you.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. My Facebook is Wow Lana, and you can find my Instagrams by Wow Lana Star and my Twitter. And I just want to say, make sure everybody is watching Pluto. We are re-airing the whole season on Pluto. It started on March 1st.
Yep, and you guys can follow me on social media at Official Mike Grand on Instagram and Facebook. And then on Twitter, I'm MikeGrand.com, like MikeGrand.com, which is the website. And YouTube, subscribe to me, get the notifications, all that at the Mike Grand and at Official MikeGrand.com, 2 names on YouTube. Thank you, girls, so much for joining us here today, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
to do something right, you have to do it yourself.